Lost Lorn Forest. This place actually had sort of a point in the first game, because if you came in here and got to the end of the area with one of the shiny legendary dogs from the movie 13, I think it was, promotion, you could encounter a Zoroark in here. However, now it's completely gone. You get Zorua through other means entirely, which we're going to get to rather soon. So here, Lost Lorn Forest now is just a random optional area that's basically a dead end, but there are still a few trainers to fight here and some items to grab, so that's why I'm showing it to you nonetheless as part of my usual attempt at being as thorough as possible. And just saying right now, I don't know why I'm doing this right now, because it's so hot and humid that I think I'm gonna pass out any minute now, so why am I doing this? Who the fuck knows? Maybe it's because I'm completely stupid. But anyway, here's the point where you could meet Zoroark in the first game if you have one of the shiny legendary dogs from movie 13. And I answered no, because usually there's a bit more dialogue, but it doesn't look like there is. But yeah, TM95 Snarl is something else that you needed something special for, because you could not access it through normal means. In the first game, I mean. So, yeah, basically, this guy's talking about how, well, basically, I think I showed you the human that's disguised as a Zoroark in my White 1 LP, but I couldn't do anything to make it transform! Whoa! Well, talk about a coincidence, because, as it turns out, that guy was a Zoroark all along, so I guess Zoroark become magically capable of speech when they transform, or whatever. Guess I'm gonna go over there. Yeah, I'm trying to dodge that Pokemon breeder, since I went out and back in last time I fought it, and well, I'm gonna take the Audino while I'm at it. Fuck you, game! So now you know how I feel like basically every time I encounter one of these things, because you want to see one of these things exactly once, and that's to catch it to get it in your Pokédex, because otherwise, this is basically the equivalent of the game telling you, hey, you failed at getting an Audino, so here's something that's really annoying and gives jack all for experience compared to Audino. But, yeah, I was talking about Snarl earlier. It's basically a clone of Icy Wind, except it lowers special attack instead of speed. And you know what I should do? I should send Lilligant in the lead, because Excadrill's already at a higher level, and that's basically all I'm going to use in the next gym. And I'm going to head to Route 5 to train Lilligant, so that I can try and keep my levels even. But yeah, I don't know why they made Snarl so hard to obtain in the first game. I mean, it's not like it's a really, really great move or anything. It's, as I said, basically an Icy Wind clone that lowers a different stat. And, by the way, when you head over to Route 5 for the first time, does it? Ah, there we go. I was wondering if it was going to happen, but Bianca is going to interrupt you. Now, normally I would freak out, except it's been a good long time since the last time I was interrupted, and it's for a good cause, because I just obtained the Fly HM. Now, I don't have anything that can use it quite yet, though I'm planning on doing something about it in the not-so-distant future. But if you do have something that can use Fly, I would suggest as soon as you beat Bird, rather, you should try and come here as early as possible. You're also going to activate the Join Avenue in the same vein, but try to come here as soon as possible, because being able to fly around as early as possible is really convenient. So, by the way, we are also going to get a tutorial about Hidden Grottos, which are a new feature in this game. So, The Route 5 Hidden Grotto is the first that you can actually access. There are others in places where we've been already, but we didn't have the necessary HMs. So this one is pretty much the first, hence why the tutorial is here. So as you can see, there's something between these two trees, which is basically the way the game marks hidden grottos. So there's a gap, even though it looks like it's even tighter than other gaps between other trees, but whatever. Yes, I'm going to follow it and get in, because for the needs of this tutorial, there's going to be a Minccino in here, and Pokemon that can be found in hidden grottos always have their Dream World ability. And as you may recall, even though I said that I was going to keep the bonus content stuff off screen, well, since I'm here and there's a skill link, Minccino right there, I might as well catch it on screen just for kicks. And it's a good thing that I changed my lead, because Lilligant has Sleep Powder, which is going to come in extra handy. And, well, that's a great start, so let's just try this again. Okay, here we go. So now all I have to do is throw some balls at it, and hopefully... Are you serious, game? You're gonna do this to me? Ugh. And I missed again! Sing Connect! Sing of all things! This Minccino really does not want me to catch it, and just watch. It's gonna be some shit like Modest or something like that, or well, it better be something like Adamant or Timid, just to compensate for the fact that I'm getting owned by a freaking Minccino. Wake up! And does Encore work if I'm asleep, or I don't know, but I don't care. I just want to spam Sleep Powder anyway. And there, it's finally asleep, and there's no berry to save it this time. Lord! So, let's go and use a standard Pokeball. I don't think I need anything more high-end than this. 1, 2, 3, and here we go! I have my very own Skill Link Minccino. Now, it's a male one, which means I cannot breed other Skill Link Minccinos out of it. So, I'm really hoping that this one has a good nature, because otherwise I'm gonna need to find another one, and it's gonna be harder than this. So, what do I get? Mild nature, which is complete shit, of course! It's not modest, but it's pretty close nonetheless. It's one of the worst natures I could have possibly obtained, so I have no choice. I guess I'm going to have to release it once I go back to Nimbasa to heal off screen between parts. So, oh, this NPC here is going to sell me some Hondu berries for 200, 5 of them. And, what do Hondu berries do? Are these the, EV reducing berries? I think so. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, I've mentioned the Incarnate Landorus suspect test a while ago. Well, as it turns out, it was banned, even though a lot of people weren't very happy that the test even took place to begin with. But it was a pretty close decision. It wasn't one of those blowout ones that are really difficult to explain, such as, well, I'm sure we all remember Sandvale and Snowcloak being banned, because it was like my biggest rage moment since I started doing LPs. But regardless, I can sort of see where they're coming from, but was it really necessary to ban it? Well, I guess it's somewhat up for debate, considering that the result was so close to begin with. But yeah, it just extends the ban list even further, and I'm really looking forward to X and Y coming out so we can start from a clean slate. Now, in the vehicle behind this trainer, you may remember from the first game that there's a maniac that will buy food items from you for twice the price that you could usually sell them at Pokemon centers. Well, this hasn't changed, but there's something that's a bit more interesting about it, and it's the fact that she takes berry juice. Now, berry juice wasn't nearly as hard to come by in the first game. However, in this one, the raffle shop has berry juice as its bottommost prize, and so you're going to get a lot of them. And I'm going to give her a berry juice just so I can show you how much it goes for. So, berry juice. Oh, right, it's not in this. Nope, it's not in this pocket. It's in the medicine pocket, which makes sense because it heals a bit. Berry juice. I have 8 of them, and she is going to give me 1,500 apiece for them. So I'm going to sell the other ones as well as the mushrooms that I have off screen. But basically, the stupid thing is that the berry juice can be sold here for 1,500, which is more than the worth of an Ultra Ball or a Full Heal, which are the prizes 9 and 8 at the raffle shop. So, oddly enough, prize number 10 is more desirable than these. And I will admit, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's handling your money wisely and investing it well. That will one day allow you to give your kid a Formula 1 seat for his 18th birthday, just like that Russian zillionaire did. But, on yet another subject, I've made it no secret that this was going to be my last Pokemon Let's Play for a good long while. And a few people have suggested that I tackle one of the mystery dungeon games once this is over, and I've already said no to that a couple times because, well, the meat of the game is basically the endless missions that you can do for money and items and whatnot. So this would just be getting really repetitive to watch after a while. And something else that I realized that may make it seem like a bad idea to Let's Play is the fact that even someone that sees the game for the first time and has never experienced a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon before is probably not gonna like it. And for that, I'm going to point you to a Retsupre video where the guy being Retsupre played Mystery Dungeon 2. I don't remember which version. But anyway, it eventually degenerated from the Let's Player being bad to the game itself being boring. And that's something you can't really argue with. Mystery Dungeon can get really, really dreadfully boring to watch. It's one of those games that, well, you really have to play to understand how good it is, because if you just watch it, you're gonna think this is the most boring, most suckiest thing ever. And quite frankly, given what the game is all about to begin with, I can't really blame you. It's pretty clear that since many of the game's mechanics are centered around survival and just navigating floors of dungeons that, often floors, different floors in the same dungeon are going to look the same. It's going to be only a limited pool of enemy Pokemon that appear, and sometimes you can spend a while without encountering anything. And even if you use that, like, turbo function, not the emulator thing, by the way, but that thing that allows you to walk much faster and just all around, do things faster and get from one point to another faster. Even with that, it's still pretty boring to watch, I'd say. Anyway, there's a blockade of trainers here, and that ass trainer is crap! I didn't want to get into battle with these girls. I wanted to talk to the other NPCs. Well, I think I have the time to take them out anyway, but still, as I was about to say, the ass trainer is going to battle the Heartbreaker, and the Heartbreaker will not battle me. He won't let me pass until I have beaten the Nimbasa Gym, which is yet another of these somewhat silly roadblocks that this game has the secret of. But yeah, it's the same guy as in Black and White 1, who basically was your first introduction to triple battles in White 1 and rotation battles in the black one, and it's going to be sort of the same thing here, only a bit earlier on in the game. So, I'm going to end this video right now. See you next time.